The cantina on Station Nexus 7 reeked of sulfur and spilled synthahol, its dim lighting casting dancing shadows across a dozen different species. In the corner booth, the Krex hunting party held court, their chitinous exoskeletons gleaming as they regaled anyone within earshot with tales of their latest conquest. The Valari never saw us coming, Krex Prime Thaxon clicked, his mandibles spreading in what passed for a grin among his kind. Their energy shields meant nothing against our quantum disruptors, 30,000 of them vaporized in the first volley. The gathered aliens murmured appreciatively. The Krex were known throughout the galaxy as apex predators, their military, might unquestioned for 3 millennia. Their hunts were legendary, entire civilizations reduced to ash and memory in pursuit of what they called the perfect kill. Tell them about the Zephyrians, urged Krex Secondary Vaskol, his forearms gesticulating wildly. How we tracked them across 17 systems before cornering them in the Helix Nebula. Thaxon's compound eyes glittered. Ah, yes. The Zephyrians thought their phase-shifting technology would save them. Foolish prey. We simply collapsed the quantum fields around their entire fleet. They materialized inside solid asteroids. He clicked his mandibles again. Artistic, really. The way their ships bloomed like flowers of metal and flame. The audience, a mix of traders, smugglers, and station workers, listened with the fascination that prey species always showed when predators spoke of their hunts, all except one figure sitting alone at the bar, nursing a glass of amber liquid. The human had been quiet all evening, occasionally glancing over but never approaching. Humans were relatively new to the galactic community, having achieved faster-than-light travel only 50 years ago. Most species still considered them curiosities, neither particularly advanced nor remarkably primitive, just unremarkable bipeds from a backwater system. And the Altarians, Thaxon continued, warming to his audience, they actually tried to surrender, transmitted their unconditional capitulation on all frequencies. We let them broadcast for 3 full minutes before beginning the harvest. His laugh was like grinding metal, the sounds they made when they realized we weren't interested in surrender. Exquisite. The human at the bar turned on his stool. Commander Sarah Chen had been serving with the Terran Diplomatic Corps for 15 years, long enough to have seen the aftermath of several Krex hunts. She'd walked through the glassed remains of the Valari homeworld, stood in the twisted wreckage, where the Zephyrian fleet had died. She'd listened to the last transmissions from Altair 3, voices pleading for mercy that would never come. Impressive tally, she said, her voice carrying clearly across the cantina. The conversation died as every being turned to look at her. 30,000 Valari, what was it? 100,000 Zephyrians? 500 million Altarians? Thaxon's head swiveled toward her, compound eyes focusing. The human speaks. How refreshing. He clicked amusement. Are you perhaps a student of the hunt, small mammal? Do you wish to learn from masters? Chen slid off her stool and walked closer, her movements deliberate and unhurried. She was unremarkable by human standards. Average height, brown hair pulled back in a regulation bun, the kind of person who'd blend into any crowd. But something in her posture made several aliens instinctively step back. I've studied your hunts extensively, she said. Fascinating techniques. Overwhelming technological superiority, targeting civilian populations, elimination of non-combatants. She paused at the edge of their booth. I have to ask, though, where's the honor in that? The cantina fell silent. Even the background hum of station life seemed to quiet. Thaxon's mandibles spread wider, but this time it wasn't amusement. Honor? He hissed. We are apex predators. We need no honor. We have strength. We have the perfect kill. Do you? Chen asked mildly. Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you have perfect slaughter. There's a difference. Vaskol reared up, his exoskeleton crackling with bioelectric fury. You dare question the Krex? Your species couldn't even detect our ships if we chose to hunt you. Probably not, Chen agreed. Just like the Valari couldn't detect yours, or the Zephyrians, or any of your other prey. She made air quotes with her fingers, But that's kind of my point. Where's the challenge? Where's the test of your skills? Thaxon leaned forward, his massive frame casting Chen in shadow. Survival is the only test that matters, human. The strong consume the weak. It is the way of the universe. Is it? Chen pulled out a small data pad and began scrolling through it. Because I've been doing some research. 3,000 years of Krex hunts, and you know what I found interesting? You've never once engaged a species that could actually fight back. She looked up from the pad. The Volari were pacifists who hadn't developed weapons technology in over a millennium. The Zephyrians were explorers. Their phase shift tech was for research, not combat. The Altarians were farmers, for crying out loud. Their biggest ships were grain haulers. The compound eyes fixed on her with predatory intensity. Prey is prey. Or, Chen said conversationally, you're not actually predators at all. You're just bullies with good technology. The temperature in the cantina seemed to drop several degrees. Thaxon rose to his full height, nearly 3 meters of chitinous death towering over the human. You go too far, mammal. Perhaps it's time. Your species learned why others whisper our name in fear. Chen didn't flinch. Instead, she smiled, a predator's smile that seemed entirely too large for her unremarkable face. You know what? I was hoping you'd say that. She tapped her datapad twice. The cantina's main display flickered to life, showing a tactical readout of the local system. 47 red dots appeared around Station Nexus 7, moving in perfect formation. Those would be the ships of the Terran Colonial Defense Force, Chen said pleasantly. They've been trailing your hunting pack for 3 weeks now, just waiting for you to make a threat against human civilians. Thaxon's eyes darted to the display, then back to Chen. For the first time in 3 millennia, a Krex hunting pack had been outmaneuvered. 47 ships, Chen continued, crewed by volunteers from every species you've hunted over the years. Survivors, refugees, people who lost everything to your perfect kills. Her smile widened. They've been studying your tactics, learning your patterns, and they're very, very angry. She leaned closer to Thaxon, close enough that he could see the cold fire in her human eyes. You want to know the difference between a predator and prey? Prey runs away. Predators hunt back. The Krex Prime's mandibles clicked rapidly. A sound Chen had learned indicated extreme agitation. This is impossible. Humans are weak, untested. You've never even fought a proper war. Haven't we? Chen's voice was soft now, almost gentle. Tell me, how much do you know about human history? She didn't wait for an answer. For most of our existence, we've been at war. With nature, with each other, with anything that threatened our survival. We've fought with sticks and stones, with swords and guns, with nuclear fire and chemical death. We've turned warfare into an art form and survival into a science. The display updated, showing detailed schematics of Krex ship designs alongside human countermeasures. Your quantum disruptors? We've developed phase shift armor. Your hunting tactics? We've written textbooks on guerrilla warfare that would make your mandibles curl. Your perfect kills? Chen chuckled. We invented the concept of mutually assured destruction. Thaxon was backing away now, his massive frame suddenly seeming smaller. You cannot. We are Krex. We are Apex. You're Apex bullies, Chen interrupted. And bullies, I've found, tend to fold when someone finally stands up to them. The cantina's comm system crackled to life. A voice speaking accented standard filled the room. Volari, Chen realized. One of the survivors. Krex vessels, this is Admiral Thys of the Terran Defense Force. You are surrounded and outgunned. Surrender now, and you will be treated according to the Geneva Conventions. Continue your aggressive actions and you will learn what humans call a fair fight. Chen finished her drink and set the glass down on the table with a soft clink. You see, that's the thing about humans. We don't hunt prey, we protect it. She turned to leave, then paused. And when someone threatens what we protect, we don't just become predators. She looked back over her shoulder and Thaxon saw something in her eyes that made his exoskeleton crawl. The patient, implacable gaze of something that had climbed to the top of the food chain not through size or strength, but through pure, refined, evolutionary stubbornness. We become apex. As Chen walked away, the Krek's hunting party sat in stunned silence, listening to the sound of 47 ships powering weapons they'd never encountered, crewed by species they'd thought extinct, led by humans they'd dismissed as harmless. Outside, the cantina's viewports, the stars themselves seemed to be watching, waiting to see what happened when the galaxy's perfect killers finally met something willing to kill them back. The age of the Kreks was ending. The age of consequences had begun.